Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. I wanted to talk about um, what's in store for the future of McFarlane. Um, losing the DC license, no longer being able to continue forward with creating I guess new figures. Maybe he still will be able to sell everything he's made so far. So just because I don't know, I'm not sure what the stipulations are, but it would be cool if he could still sell all the stuff he already made. But people are kind of like, oh, it's over for McFarlane, whatever. He lost a DC license, but he gained something better. He got the Marvel license, and this is the thing is, so Marvel has a ton of characters. So it's like he, even though he's doing it now, managing Marvel and DC, it's not like he really lost. Like he got the Marvel license, and um, he's doing a phenomenal job, I think, selling these statues. Um, I'm going over to his website. He got a bunch of new statues. He has this Colossus, which looks really cool. This Bone Claw Wolverine, which I already pre-ordered. Um, the Deadpool is okay. I feel like he will eventually make the really cool Deadpool. These Spider-Man, the more I look at them, I'm just falling in love. I got the Ghost Spider, and I feel like people are just like, oh, statues. But these statues are, not all of them are all great and amazing, but some of them are really good. I mean, look at the sculpt going on here, the detail, the shape of the body. It is just, I mean, look at that. And even things that have not been captured on certain, action figures, they have not captured the amount of detail that we got going on here. This is an absolute beautiful statue. And I feel like maybe people are just not really looking at them, or just kind of like passing them by because they're statues and they want action figures. But at first I was like, I'm never gonna get these statues. I mean, I just didn't think, I would even be interested. But McFarlane, he really is an amazing salesman. Like at first, like like I was like, oh, like this is, more statues, whatever. But the more I look at them, um, the more I kind of just fall in love with these statues. He's trying to recreate these comic book covers, doing all this crazy stuff. And the more I look at this, I'm just like, man, this is a really cool looking. This is really cool looking stuff. You got the Silver Surfer, Human Torch. Um, I think he really landed with the Silver Surfer, the Human Torch. Not, I feel like the thing is with McFarlane, he will make a variation that you like. I think this is like the old school Human Torch, and maybe to me, I'm not really feeling it, but he may bring out another Human Torch, and I love the color scheme here. I think he really like is doing something with this like translucent um Human Torch. It's just like it has a really old school look to him that I'm kind of like not feeling too much. Like it just, I don't know. The it's mostly with the face and the head. The body looks okay. Like the body could pass, but something like I don't know, something's a little bit off with this head. I'm not sure, but if they would have just paid attention a little bit more, I think they would have really landed. But these statues are, the more I look at them, the more the Deadpool to me, I feel like he's still this is actually a really nice Deadpool. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this Spider Man looks crazy good. Um, the more I look at these statues, the more I'm just like, wow, like this is actually really cool. Like, he's recreating these comic book covers, and he's doing a really good job. And the thing is like he will land because he's gonna create all the different variations. Like this, we all like I love Thing, right? But I'm not, this is okay. You know, this is actually not a bad. Yeah, like the more I look at it, I'm like, man, this is actually really cool. But I feel like if he doesn't land with a certain one, he's gonna like this. Like how many Spider Man? But this Spider Man looks crazy good. The Black Panther looks amazing. Every time I look at it, I'm just like want to buy it. This Carnage looks amazing. The Thing looks really good. It's just like the head, and maybe just like the head is a little bit like kind of. This is like an old school thing, right? Like it's not the modernized thing. Um, Carnage looks crazy good. Like I kind of want this Carnage. Like I'm not like I'm holding off for a while, but this Carnage looks better than most action figures that I've seen. And another thing, what also is in a positive direction for McFarlane is that his competition, Diamond Select, went by the wayside, and I love Diamond Select. I have a bunch of Diamond Select stuff. I even did some reviews for Diamond Select toys, and I spoke very highly. But in this economy, things are just really hard, and things are just tough, and but now because of that, he has less competition, and this Spider-Man just looks absolutely phenomenal, like just straight out of the cover. And they got the background on there, which is a nice touch. This Black Panther looks, the more I look at it, I'm just, at first I was like, oh, but the more I look at it, I'm like, man, it has a really cool, like modern aesthetic to it, and it's not like the female version, like, Disney. This is like coming straight out of the comic books. This Venom looks crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, the Iron Man, he's gonna make the what he is gonna make the he's old school. He's gonna make the old original stuff first. He has to because this, he knows like the original collectors will see this and they will have, and look how beautiful. Look at the red on it. Almost looks like a shiny red. Um, this is a really good Iron Man. It's just a very old school Iron Man, but he will eventually make the Iron Man that everybody loves, right? Look at this Spider Man. This is like the original Spider Man from the cover, and it may not land with you, but for the original collectors of like the first comic book collectors of the older generations, they're gonna jump all over it. Storm looking. This Storm is like one of the best Storms I've seen. You can't. No action figure can just produce the amount of detail here. And this Captain Falcon with the shield looks crazy good as well. And you have other companies that are selling statues for way more, way more money, and probably don't look as good as this. Um, Probably not. And look at these guys. These things, once you start going back, sold out, sold out, sold out. Everything sold out, sold out. And if this cap, like the shield looks really cool. And he is going to make, if he keeps going, he is going to make the one you like. He's just got it. He's doing it. He likes to start from the beginning, and then he'll eventually make his way down. Like this Hawk, like this is like, an original like comic book cover. Like, it may not land with you, but um the more I look at these statues, I'm like, the detail, the sculpt, the stances, like, look at this. This is like, what is this? Like the first Iron Man, but if you're young, you may not be too much of a fan of it. But the older people, they're the ones that are going to gravitate towards this. There's a look, you can see like his face underneath them. This is the original Iron Man, right? Like, only the older comic book collectors are going to gravitate to it. And look at this. It says a shiny sheen to it, which is actually very beautiful. But a lot of these statues sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. A lot of these sold out. Some of them went on sale. But, um, once he gains traction with these statues, it's a wrap, because now that he has a Marvel license, like, he's going to drop like every variation of these characters. So like, he's not just dropping, Batman, like the DC, every version. He's dropping like, all these different versions of all these different characters. And you look at this Bone Claw Wolverine statue, you know, which, that's kind of what opened my eyes to it too. Is like, whoa, it has bone claws. Like, it's not just another Wolverine. This Ghost Spider, the detail on it. And another thing, if he really does gain even more traction, he could release those big statues, those big fancy ones that are like $300, and he can do something absolutely incredible. But what he's really, I mean, with these statues, he's really putting Marvel on the map. To be honest, the thing is, he's starting from like, he's making some of these. He's making the really old school versions of them, and but I mean, look at this Iron Man. Like, this is, Iron Man doesn't look like that anymore. This is like, the really old Iron Man. But it looks cool. And, when he starts dropping the newer Iron Mans, they're going to look cool. And yeah, I mean, these statues are going to gain a lot of traction. I mean, they're different. They're very vibrant. They're really beautiful statues, and the price point is also another thing too. And he's having a lot of sales on here, so you know, um, and then with anything, like when McFarlane first started pumping out Batman, like, I was like, oh god, like, but then after a while, when it really started, hitting him, like when it started gaining traction and popularity, he's just went berserk. with the Batmans. And and you go to his website, and the majority of those Batmans are sold out. A lot of stuff here sold out. Well, I'm assuming that since he lost the license, or he's losing the license, a lot of these figures may be discontinued. So a lot of the figures that you would normally see here are not here. But man, like, another good thing too is that he does have a lot of sales, so that's really nice and really good too. But you see, like, this Superman statue going for like almost $300. Imagine when he starts dropping Marvel stuff like this, and it's gonna look phenomenal. So this is really cool. Looks like it has a wire cape, but wait till he starts doing that with Marvel stuff. So I think the future for McFarlane will be bright. I really hope that he, does some Spawn stuff. Maybe goes back and maybe starts dropping, like, a recreated, original, like the original Spawn line. Starts like going back into that and recreating some of that stuff. Because I'm a big fan of Spawn. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Take care and have a good one.